Hello there! I hope everyone is well. Since there's a lot going on right now, I think it's time for a break, in form of a nostalgic movie trip. I will cook my way through some of my favorite scenes from also my favorite movie, Spirited Away. And not only that, we are gonna veganize all of the recipes. So if you're hungry for some amazing vegan Ghibli food, recipes are down below. Well then, let's get started! I think one of the most iconic scenes of Spirited Away is unarguably when Haku treats Chihiro to some rice bowls. She's been through so much at this point, and in this moment of peace, while she's eating, everything just comes down to her. So we're starting off simple, with Haku's enchanted onigiris. Onigiris are rice balls, made from white rice and formed into a triangular shape. Wash the rice gently in circular motions and discard the water. Repeat that for 3 to 4 times. Then let it soak for 30 minutes. Now for the cooking. How much water you need and how long it needs to be cooked depends on the rice. Look at the instructions on the back of your rice package. For mine, I wait till it's boiling, then turn the heat to the lowest setting and let it cook for 12 minutes. Then I remove the heat and let it steam for another 10 minutes. The rice is cooking? Great! It's time for the filling. It tastes great and it's super easy. Slice the mushrooms in small cubes. Optional is a clove of garlic for an extra kick. Take a pan and heat it up. You can use any oil, but sesame oil fits the best in my opinion. Roast your onions and garlic with a splash of soya sauce and done! By now, the rice should be done. Put the rice on a dish and let it cool down a bit. Wet your hands with water. Take a handful of rice, create a dimple and fill with a teaspoon of mushrooms. Cover the remaining portion of rice and press lightly to close the filling inside. Gently press the shape into a triangle. Repeat with the rest of the rice. Package your onigiris in parchment paper like so, and then go for a walk with a friend you haven't seen for a while and just talk. Maybe about things you've been struggling with, or in general, things that are dear to your heart. Take a break and enjoy yourself. One scene that's serene like no other is when Chihiro eats an anpan with Rin while looking at a lake that turned into an ocean. She's reflecting and wondering about the future. So next we're cooking an anpan. It's a Japanese sweet roll, most commonly filled with red bean paste, and the emetic herbs medicine for a quiet moment. First to the dumpling, Chihiro is given from the river spirit. I found out it should represent the dumpling Kibidango from the folktale Momotaro, which he used to heal and recruit his 3 beastly retainers. It is made from flour, a pulse millet, The problem is that kibidango now is known to be sweet, which obviously isn't the same as in the movie. And even after consulting with a Japanese teacher, there wasn't any common noun bitter form of kibidango. So I made my own. Bring butter, oat milk with a pinch of salt to a boil. Then add shredded millet and the herbs. Let it cook for a bit, then stir in the shredded linseeds. They work as an egg replacement. Let it cook again, then form little dumplings and let it soak in boiling vegetable stock. And there you go! I hope it tastes awful. Spoiler, it did. So, success, I guess. First, we're gonna tackle the buns. Get a big bowl and mix the flour, baking powder, salt, and sugar together. Then add yeast, warm milk, and oil together and mix. Add a bit of vegan butter. When you're done, flour out your workspace. Then fold out the dough, using about 1 tablespoon at a time, until the dough doesn't stick to the heel of your hand. Be careful, do not overdo that part, or the dough gets too tough. Knead it for about 5 minutes. Form the dough into a ball and place it into a lightly oiled bowl. Cover it and let it sit in a warm spot for about an hour and a half. Meanwhile, for the anko, use 1 can of drained adzuki beans. Add enough water to cover them, bring them to a boil, then rinse. Repeat that for about 3 times. Then cover them with water and once again cook them until you can easily mash them. They're easy to mash? Great! Add the sugar, a pinch of salt, and stir till most of the water dissolved. Once most of the water is gone, place it into a tray and let it cool. Bake to the buns. Take your dough that now has doubled in size and put on a lightly floured workspace. Shape it into a rectangle and fold it into a log. Split the dough evenly, and because I am making spirited away anpan, I'm making mine bigger than it's usual. Roll your dough into balls, cover them again and let them rest for 20 minutes. Next, flatten out your dough. Roll them out and make them thinner on the edges and thicker in the middle. Fill the middle with anko and press the seam together so they won't open again. Get your steamer ready. Boil the water whilst you cover the uncooked anpan and let it rest for 10 minutes yet again. Then place your buns in the steamer and keep in mind that they will expand. And after 10 minutes of steaming, they're done! And you finally have anpan. So, then once again, find a quiet and peaceful spot. Take in the view and the sounds around you. Try eating your river spirit dumpling. Then enjoy your anpan, while the calming night surrounds you and your companion. The last scene is the most comfortable and cozy one. Chihiro went on a journey to arrive and then rest in Zeniba's home with a warm cup of tea and a lot of comforting sweets. So we are gonna make not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 sweets for Zeniba's tea time. We're going to make butter cookies, chocolate cranberry cookies, apple jello, grape jello, and a fluffy sponge cake. Starting off with the green and red jello, because they have to chill in the fridge overnight. For the red jello, add the agar-agar flakes or powder, water, grapefruit juice, and sugar into a pot. Let it heat up and boil for 2 minutes. Then pour into serving bowls or glasses. Repeat the same process for the green jello, except add apple juice and green food coloring after boiling. And let them refrigerate overnight. And that's it for the jello. Simple, right? To the cookies. If you have a stand mixer or hand mixer, use it to cream the butter, almond butter and sugar together. In a separate bowl, mix the soy, flour and water. Then add vanilla extract. It should have a consistency like this. Add this mixture to your butter and sugar. Mix salt, baking powder and flour together. And slowly pour it to your butter mixture while mixing on a slower level than before. Help with your hand and add oat milk if needed. Divide your batter into half. Put one half straight into the fridge while you work with the other one. Throw in at least 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder and knead it. Add the cranberries. Then take this batter also to the fridge and let each of them cool for at least 30 minutes. Preheat the oven to 160 degrees while you wait. Get your butter cookie dough out of the fridge, let it warm for a few minutes. Roll it out, cut it or use a cutter stamp to get rectangles. Then cut in lines like in the movie. Bake them for about 10 minutes while you wait. Maybe clean your workspace. Take out the chocolate cookies batter, divide them into equal balls. Gently press them down so they will spread nicely while baking. Then also bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes. When they're done, use a handle of a wooden spoon or something else and poke little wells on the top of the cookies. After they cooled completely, add jam or cherries or whatever you like to the cookies and you're done. So last one, the cake. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees. Put the aquafaba, 50 grams of sugar and vegan butter together and mix till it's fluffy. Take another bowl and mix flour, sugar, vanilla, and baking soda together. Then add your aquafaba, oil, and sparkling water to the flour. Mix it for a short while, but be careful not to overmix. Lay out your tin with parchment paper, add your cake dough, bake it for 30 minutes. When it's ready, let it cool before you take it out. And with that, you are ready for your ultimate tea party. It's time to pick all your goodies. The cookies, sponge cake, and of course the jellos. But don't get them out now. Do that right before serving. And once again, go and visit a family member or a friend. Enjoy the warm tea and the comfortable sweetness of the cake and cookies. Calm down and take your time before you set out to your next adventure.